Hey Fruit Faces, it's Klaireeberry, and I did a video on this type of subject a really long time ago, but I thought I'd revisit it because I have a little bit more to say now. I've kind of gotten into more of an office world where it's even more difficult to squeeze these workouts in, and I've had to be creative. And only getting a 30-minute break, I've had to be super creative because it's not as if I can just go out and go for walks or do a bunch of different things. So this video is about how to work in your workouts. If you're a busy mom, busy woman, you know, we're all busy, but it's kind of just a matter of prioritizing and squeezing in these workouts. And you don't need a full, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Like obviously the more exercise usually the better if you're not like really overdoing it and overstraining yourself. I'm kind of a big fan of like slow, steady workouts that really just keep you moving and get your heart working, because I really feel that sitting in a desk for hours on end is really detrimental to your health. That's why I sit on a ball. The circulation in a regular chair, sitting there for 8 hours, is actually, it's going to be like the new health, crusade. It's worse than like smoking at this point, they're realizing. So if you can, like they have the balls, they have the yoga balls that you can sit on, they have actual stands and backrests. Like if you're a beginner, I would say you start with one of those. But sitting on a ball all day saves me. I don't even notice a workout because I have a relatively strong core anyway, but I'm sure if I didn't, I would be feeling it at the beginning, but it just saves my legs and not getting that whole, you can bounce. It's like getting that circulation flowing, and circulation is really helpful for health and weight loss in general. So that's probably my number one tip. If you have a desk job, get some sort of a sitting or standing, alternative desk. Like get a ball or get a standing desk. People have treadmill desks. I've even made, while I was studying for college, like a bicycle desk. So where those long, arduous tasks, you can just highlight, you can just read, you can just sit there and pedal your little heart away, and you're getting some cardiovascular benefits and stuff like that. So that's why when I go to the gym, I'm always trying to, sometimes I'll just be walking and looking at my phone, and then when I run, I put it down, and then, go back and forth, watch TV, listen to music, books on tape, everything like that is such a great way to like get that time you need, get that learning, that creativity, outlet that you need, and all of that. Get that mental stimulation, but also get that physical stimulation at the same time. And I think that's really helpful. So also like being out in nature, again, you get that therapy benefit and health and fresh air. It's good for your whole system. It's good for your mind, it's good for your soul, it's good for your body, it's good for everything. So, make time for those type of workouts over everything else. Another thing that I do, like I find that is really time consuming, especially for a lot of families, doing the laundry. Like if you can add a few workouts into doing the laundry, that's great. Like if you're somebody, I know a lot of people will like sit and do their laundry while they're watching TV, and I would say like, maybe step away from that a little bit. It's just kind of reinforcing things. I mean, obviously if you're doing workouts on the commercial breaks, then that's good, go for that. That's the way you could circumvent it if that's how you always did it and that's what you want. But I feel like doing the laundry, I tend to get up on my tippy toes. I think if you do even just a certain amount of walking on your tippy toes around your house, or even while you're on a walk, try to walk outside on your tippy toes. Like this is gonna help your calf muscles. This is gonna help get a little bit of boost. And just, what do I call them, heel ups, just like toe raises, I don't know. But this is something that you can do in line at the grocery store while you're pumping gas. Just up and work those calves. You could throw in some squats, you could throw in some twisting. I just like to do, even just, you guys, this is actually so therapeutic. I just popped my back, you just heard me. Twisting is one of the best things you can do, especially if you have a lot of belly fat to lose. If you're really focusing on your stomach and your abs, twisting actually whittles the waist a lot. And I've talked about this before, but this is something that I can do in my office on my 30-minute lunch break. And I mean, it seems like it'd be nothing, but you can get going fast. You can do it with a punch. And this will not only get you steps on your Fitbit, but it is actually a great way for you to, you can get out of breath pretty quickly on this and get some cardio. You could even do like speed bags. And again, this might be kind of cheating on your Fitbit, but these things are good for you. This is why boxing is so healthy. This is all you're doing. You don't need a club. You don't need a punching bag. Although I do have one attached to my stairs downstairs. Hardly ever use it. Most often I'm here, whether I'm doing it in my bathroom mirror or whether I'm doing it at the office. Like, it's something that I have a very small office, you guys. So, like, all I can do is, you know, do a little bit of that. And you can add a squat with it too, so you're getting your legs at the same time. It's really beneficial. I really like that. So tippy toes, squats. Another thing besides the squat I really like is like your standard deadlift. Now, if you have some weights at the office or whatever in your, I mean, anytime you have any space, you can always do squats. Squats are amazing. So you can do laundry, you know, as a mom, you know, picking up the kids, you know, instead of bending over at the back, you know, like do some squats, do some extra squats with your kids, you know, do push-ups with them in the air, do all of that stuff. You know, even yoga, doing it together, even very young kids. I used to be a preschool teacher and a daycare owner, and even very young kids can really grasp concepts of yoga and really benefit from that as well. So yeah, so get on your tippy toes. You know, you could do it for a certain amount of time. You could do it while you're doing laundry. You could do whatever. And I definitely am big on commercial breaks too, like especially like if you're laying down and, you know, do some sort of crunches, any kind of lying down, do leg lifts, reverse crunches, scissors, single leg stretches, like all that yoga Pilates stuff. And then also like doing a deadlift with, I mean, you can have some little hand weights or whatever, maybe in your office or in your room, just going down, you know, straight back, down and up. I mean, if you do this enough, you're gonna get sore. Like, you don't need a big gym, you don't need a, you know, a ton of time either. I mean, I have 30-minute lunch breaks and 15-minute breaks a day, and that's not a lot. And even if I just start getting, I sit on a ball, like I said, but even if I start getting to where my legs are getting like falling asleep or whatever, like I'll just get up and do a couple of those, some twisting, which again is great for your spine, also great to whittle the waist. So love the deadlifts. Also, never underestimate, you know, just the good old magic of running in place, you know? It's just one of those things, like our bodies are made to walk and run, so running in place is so, you can do it so gently. I like to do it on my rebounder. You know, I can do it again while watching TV or whatever, you know, it helps me get my steps in. This is something you could do while you're waiting. I do it where I'm pumping gas. I'll either do, you know, some leg lifts, heel ups, yeah, leg lifts to the side, to the back. Even just marching in place actually helps your core, which is kind of cool. I'm real big on sink push-ups. A lot of people do wall push-ups, but I don't find that that's very effective for me because I've always just had kind of pretty good upper body strength, you know, without even working on it too much, which I haven't been now, obviously. So I like to maybe do it on a nice sturdy sink or a counter or dresser or something like that. Weights while I'm on my rebounder. Again, just free weights, just getting that tone, especially if you're over about the age of 30 or so. You know, you need to start not worrying about it. Just think about your tone, you know, your muscle tone, supporting your bones and stuff like that. And a little bit of lifting is good for that. And I don't really recommend lifting, like going for the PR and getting mass quantities. I think that all is just so silly. The health benefits are very minimal. Injury rates really high. It's not like realistic in a real life situation. You're never gonna need, I mean, you might need like one boost of energy, but that's what adrenaline's for. You know, if you have basic strength, like you're gonna be okay. So what I like to do is sometimes like I'll just feel like doing, you know, a little bit of each every day. You know, I'll do some squats, but then other times I'm like, you know what, today's gonna be a squat day. I'm gonna do squats today. And you know, today's gonna be deadlifts. And I like that because I feel like, you know, when you're doing lower reps like this, I feel like it is important to still go to fatigue and to get a real, you know, to do it enough to where you're getting a good workout. So that's what gets me more sore, you know, and especially if I haven't done it for a while, like doing, you know, 100, 150 or whatever, even throughout the day, sporadically doing, let's say you chose all the deadlifts for that day. And the next day, you know, let me know if you are or not. I'd actually be interested to hear other people's you know, experiences with that. But I've noticed that, and I consider myself pretty fit, like not the fittest. And then like I said, I'll have a squat day. And then so like one day, you know, my ass is more sore, and then the next day my thighs are gonna be more sore, you know, or the next day I'm gonna do abs. And a lot of people do that, but I think it's even better to have it worked into your day. And think about the times where you're bored. Think about the times where you want to be somewhere else, like waiting to pick up kids at sports, you know, this or that, waiting in line you know, wherever. And I just find that those type of exercises I actually do more, because we all know this phenomenon. Oh, you're gonna get home from work, you're gonna come home from school or whatever, and you're gonna do everything that you wanted to do, and then when you get home, it's like you just want to chill. So scheduling the stuff into your free time, if you're busy like me, you don't have a lot of free time, so sometimes you need that free time. But going ahead and, like I said, doing these in those times where you're not doing anything else, it just becomes a habit. And so now, like, anytime I have any extra free time, I'm gonna try to do something. And it really gets specific. You kind of train your brain. Oh wow, you know, it's break. Like, I should do this now. I'm gonna do this, or you know, whatever it is. And you don't have to stay stuck in your office. You can go for a walk, like walk around the track at school, walk around the building. You know, fun stuff too, like handstands, dancing. Really good way to work stuff in. Have an endo board, love that. I love the ab rollers. I find this stuff way more fun than sitting there doing crunches. It's just fun. I just like it. And so that's why I like kind of boxing too, you know, get kind of into the groove. And again, like when you're twisting fast like that, you can run out of breath so easily, get like stitches in your sides so easily. And it really does get your heart pumping, blood flowing, everything else like that. So, and again, like when I'm on the rebounder, you know, you don't even have to do a lot of the weight exercises that I would normally do. I'm trying to see if I can think of them all. Yeah, I, you know, sometimes just hold them, you know, just hold the weights, hold them back like this. Is always good. Get some real toned, and in rebounders, I did a video on rebounding. If you want to look at my exercise playlist, specifically rebounding has some really, really good benefits. I find it especially is good for like busy, you know, mothers, women. The endo board, yeah, is a great one. The Simply Fit, the twisting thing, that was really cool. I'm pretty sure my kids broke that though, so if you have teenagers, keep it away from them. I said I love yoga Pilates. Hiking is one of the best because you get sunlight, you get fresh air, you get to walk your dog. Having a dog is just amazing for fitness and lifestyle in general. I was going to sleep last night just cuddling with my dog, and it was just like the happiest person on earth, I swear. And yes, I did get easiest to please in preschool. So anyway, running, great. If you can, do it. A lot of times if I'm at the gym, I'll like to walk first. Actually, I do the elliptical first and then run, or then walk and kind of build up to a run. If you feel it, do it. If you don't, I would say don't push it. You know, if you're not there yet, build up to it. Or if you have pain, you know, just be careful. I was warned about my knees at a young age, and I think I've been really careful about just my body type and not overdoing any type of running or something like that. But I know a lot of people get injuries from that, and you know, running on the sidewalk is worse, more impact on your joints and stuff than as is running on a treadmill, although not as fun usually, depending on the weather. So yeah, what else we got? Elliptical. I love elliptical. I like the old school ellipticals. I just like to get in the groove, have that music on. I kind of feel like I'm dancing. You know, I'll be bobbing, halfway singing out loud to the music even though I got my headphones on. To me that's fun, but I think the benefit of it is to switch it up and keep it flexible. Because if you're like me, if you're anything like me, some people thrive off of stability and doing the same thing every day. But if you're like me, you like to like switch it up, and you go through phases of life, you know, summer, spring, seasons, all this different stuff. And you know, time, money, effort, like you have busier seasons, less busy seasons. And so it's like I go to the gym when I can, but you know, as a busy single mom, I don't weigh everything on that. I don't like make it crucial that I absolutely have to go to the gym, because I have all of these options. And again, that leaves some leeway for the seasons, for the weather, for your mood, which is I think really, 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 really good. And yeah, I just want to make one quick note about twerking. Twerking is fun. It takes some work, but I'm not gonna say I perfected it. I've gotten, I would say, pretty good from when I first started years ago. But you know, dancing is really, really good, you know, for your legs and whole body. It's one of those whole body movement things. It's creative expression. It's good for the soul. It's fun. All of that. Just stay hydrated. Riding a bike, yeah, freaking awesome. Can only do it here certain seasons of the year. It's just too cold, and rainy and wet and icy. We've had 9 snow days this year, so actually extreme weather days. If I didn't have all these different choices, you know, then I wouldn't be able to stay as fit as I am. Not that I'm as fit as I would like. It's like, oh yeah, the gym's good for bad weather, but then what happens when it gets too bad? So always have different options, and there's always something. I mean, anything heavy that you can pick up. I used to work out with cans of soup or whatever, just doing my thing, pay no attention, you know, a big box, a big ball, I mean, whatever's heavy, lift it up, do it, you know, do some twists with it. Squatting, wall squats, just some people too prefer solitary isometric exercises. So I mean, literally you could sit here and do your wall sit, read a book, or one that I like is just the horse stance. Just, you know, legs parallel, straight, knees bent, and do this. You can get into a meditation, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or what is it? You feed 2 birds with 1 scone. That makes me laugh every time. Yeah, so you can get your meditation in at the same time. Skating. I've been known to, when my kids were younger, I couldn't afford a gym membership. I was a single mom, basically. So I didn't have a lot of extra time at all, didn't have a lot of time to work out. So I did a lot of the stuff I'm telling you about. This is kind of how I, you know, got into this mentality. I used to actually take them in a stroller on a skateboard. I was on the skateboard, the stroller was obviously in front of me, and we'd like go down the hill and I'd skate around on a skateboard. Now they make things like that, but I mean, it's whatever you like, whatever you will do, whatever you find yourself gravitating towards. You know, sometimes we make these really strict plans to, you know, get fit fast, you know, and it's all like go, 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 magic pill, you know, I'm gonna cram it in, I'm gonna work 2 hours a day for the next 3 weeks or whatever, and it's like, that is what you don't want to do. You want to build up slow rather than just jump into it. You want to go for the long haul, not just burn yourself out really fast and move on. You know what I mean? So also, going back to the skating, now I also have roller skates. I bought them on Amazon. Good for outdoors. I can roller skate my dog. I used to do videos all the time of me roller skating my dog, or just roller skating by myself. Really good workout. It really is. So, and it's fun too. That's the thing. Like, our bodies are meant to move. Our bodies are meant to be active, and it really does help with our heart, our whole heart health, all of our cardiovascular system. And again, cardio stuff is the #1 and 2 killers by far of both women and men in most first world countries. So you want to not just focus on your aesthetics and your muscles, also get a good prolonged cardio workout. And again, it's not just for your heart, it's not just for weight loss, which also is best for like everything else and coincides with almost every disease, you know, keeping the weight off. But also it's good for your brain. It's good for like everything, all your connections and your brain capacity, but it's also good for your feelings and your serotonin levels, not being depressed. The word depressed in a way just means to be lowered in activity. So that's why, you know, when you get your blood flowing, when you get your endorphins going, when you get the serotonin going, like all of these things, fresh air and on top of that and all this stuff, like you will feel so much better. And doing it on a regular basis, it's one of those things, it's like eating healthy food. Not only do you get used to it, but then you start to crave it. And it's one of the best things that you could possibly get like addicted to. As long as you're not overdoing it. I'm not a fan of big marathons. Fuck a marathon. Never doing a marathon, by the way. And I never say never either. And that's one thing that I can pretty much say not gonna happen. Again, I just like it small. I do. I like to rest. I think that resting is big. So if you find yourself like I said, overdoing it, this is not a good idea. It's gonna backfire. It's not even gonna produce results. And if it does produce results, it's gonna be very, very short. So yeah, I say, you know, my top ones: twisting, toe touches and up, squats, running in place. Did I mention twisting? Twisting is like, it's my favorite. It's just something you can do anywhere. You don't need anything. You can even do it in line. I'm at the coffee machine every day. I'm like, oh yeah, and it becomes like a therapeutic, you know, like stretch. You guys hear that? Is that weird? People, somebody at work was like, they saw me do that, and I was like, they were like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm a popper. Like, I pop things. I don't pop my hands as much. I do massage them a lot, but as far as my back, laying down, used to do it more as a non-vegan, interestingly enough. I remember always lying in bed. Like now, I actually don't do it as much, but mainly it's less back now and more neck, I guess. But it's always good to just stay loose, you know? because a lot of it is spine, and walking and twisting and rebounding, those things are great for your spine. So again, it's not only about, you know, working this in just to stay fit, it's about being healthy overall, and that's like true balance. So I think that's all I got for you. Let me know if you guys have any other tips, tricks, products, anything down below. I do love the leg weights, or like even arm weights that you can just strap on you. Those are always fun. That's all I got now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat your fruit, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks.